Our dome-shaped shell is made from plywood triangles that fix together and bend down onto a frame.
We got the triangle which is going to meet at the very top of the boat. However, we're going to have to extend that because this sheets of plywood aren't big enough for our whole curvature that we require. That's the end I'm holding. These bits of wood make up the main part of our frame. What we've got here is basically a circular frame that rests on the water. And we've chamfered the edge, which means when we put our plyboard on it, it's going to come from there all the way up over the top of the roof. And it also means we've got a sort of a gentle angle going into the water, so we don't get reflected rays going back again. Sorry?
We're making the shell in 2 halves to make it easier to transport back to the lake for testing.
Right. Now, all things being equal, this should bend. Get behind it there. What a bugger.
No calculation.
Having done our calculations, all right, with the calculator, and trying to work out what the curve is to make sure we keep our angle from being too steep, we appear to have grown somewhat.
Whose fault was that then?
That's all my fault. So you should have told me. No. There we go. Right, this'll work. Are you convinced, Dermot, or not?
Oh, no, yeah, I was convinced before. That's the trouble, I'm too easily convinced.
At least these bits fit, but it doesn't exactly look as if it's going to fool any state-of-the-art military radar.
It may look a bit floppy, there may be gaps in it, but we'll reinforce it with some more 3mm ply underneath it. That'll allow us to stiffen it up and just literally take out the gaps. Won't we, Dermot?
Yes, it'll be fine.
You heard it here first, it'll be fine.
Once we've finished our shell, we'll cover it with tin foil to deflect any radio waves that the foam doesn't manage to absorb.
Right, how are we doing? Okay, steady, steady. Right, keep coming forward, keep coming forward, keep coming forward, slow, 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 slow. Oops. Slow, a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further. Slow, slow, slow.
We could always add a central panel, just an extra filler.
Hold on, let me see. Actually, just looking at that, literally you're in line with the pimsol line. So the whole, this is going to be on the water. That looks quite good. Screws that one.
That's the dome for the front, now we need one for the back. During the early years of the war, the Germans were also making huge advances in radar technology. By 1942, they had powerful systems capable of detecting our planes at up to 65 kilometers.
The Germans were doing better engineering than we were at the time, but the difference was that the use of the equipment had not been worked out in the kind of close cooperation between the civilians and the active military that we had achieved in this country. The one thing which made all the difference to our success was the very close link between the Air Force and this group of long-haired scientists who were developing the radar.
Our night fighters were equipped with airborne interception radar, known as AI.
As technology improved, both sides came up with lots of ideas to try and outwit the enemy's radar. Obviously, we're stealthing our boat, we're trying to hide it because we don't want the radar to see us. However, you can try and confuse the radar by making it think something else is there. During the Second World War, it produced decoys using chaff. This is literally like little bits of tinfoil that acts like an aircraft and that reflects energy back. For the tinfoil to be most effective, it needed to be cut to half the wavelength of the German radar, but we didn't know what frequency they were using. That changed in May 1943, when a Luftwaffe pilot called Schmidt defected to the UK, bringing a German radar system with him.
I knew Schmidt.
Are you really sure this is going to reflect radio waves? Definitely. Radio waves do not go, oops, do not go through. Hold on, have you got a telephone? Yeah. Watch this. That's good, we're going to need that. This is tinfoil. Right, get your telephone out, I'm going to call you. What's going to happen? Strawbridge Dick. It's now ringing you, hold that. Okay. Obviously the whole system's getting radio waves to your phone. If I put it in tinfoil, it'll stop getting the radio waves and it'll stop ringing. Right. 1, telephone, gas mark 7. But now, hold on, the system doesn't know it's turned off yet, so the phone still thinks it's working. The phone's just going through, thinking it through. Okay, and if you have a look. Call ended. What's happened is I've stopped any radio waves getting to it. And what this is going to happen, none of our radio waves are going to go through and bounce off the boat. The radar waves are going to bounce off this. And because of our angle, it's not going to get reflected back. Can I have my phone back? Gas mark 7, 20 minutes, it'll be much nicer. My phone? You see, now I'm on there, you see? Talent moment. Yeah, talent's talent, mate. Okay, she's built. We can't put it off any longer. Once we put her in the water, Diarmuid's heading across the lake to where the radar men are. I'm going to try and sneak up on him. If, however, he detects me, he's going to sound a siren. If I can get all the way to the pontoon where they are, I'm going to actually prove that the stealth boat works. I don't know if it's going to float, actually. Diarmuid, let's get it in the water. Yeah! Yahoo! Are you ready? Should we have broken some champagne with it? Actually, if we survive, I'll buy the champagne. Hold on, steady, steady. Right, just break there. Now, the big beauty is to see whether or not it floats. Just keep it coming.